But it's easier to find a triple exercise. Try to press society to change. So you don't have to change. Pick up a way to eat less than press. Make blood pressure rise as it starts increasing. All this starts increasing. What are the reasons? These are the reasons for your heart disease and can't tie your shoes wise. Too hard to reach them. For the way things been. For today, we should baby them instead of shaming them. If you do more than good, call me Abling. Cause I'll be honest, I actually all I need is one little road rage reason. Give me a road rage reason.
I feel like there's much needed for what's going on right now, guys. So we're just gonna have to rock out. And we're live with Gokhshtein Media as well. You can tune in. Don't need a one, but let's get it go, baby. Let's fucking go. I mean, things are popping a little bit. Not down where it used to be. We had a little bit. All right, we're not gonna go home right to that whole fucking song. I can't do that to you guys. But let me get this shit set up. Thank you guys for your patience and welcome to SMS Live. I'm SMS, Sean, whatever you want to call me. It works. Just don't call me an asshole because I'll throw you something back. But this is powered by G Media, Gokhshtein Media. I've been with them for a little bit over a year. And most of you guys probably don't know who I am, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself and you know what we're doing here, where I come from, and where I'm going to fit into the picture moving forward. A little bit more so. Gave me the opportunity to run my show here. So this is SMS Live. Typically, we do these Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Used to do them 10 a.m., but now that I'm not working this 24/7 Web3 thing, I got a regular job. Going to do these things at nighttime. Typically, we just get into it. We talk about the market. We talk about price action, different things like that. NFT. It's more Solana based. SMS stands for Solana Made Simple, and it's also my initials. But I've been in the space for about 2.5, 3 years. Probably almost 3.5 years now. But things have been going great. I mean, going into a bull market pretty much around this time in 2021, going all the way through into the bear market, riding that through, seeing how that entire cycle goes. It definitely gives you a lot more experience kind of going into this. So it's cool to see that. It's cool to see the flip side of things. But again, guys, I've been in the space for a little bit so far, just making content, talking about NFTs, talking about meme coins, talking about the tech in general. There's a lot of the tech part of things that I kind of get into. I kind of nerd out when it comes to blockchain and what's available, especially on the Solana side of things. But you know, being with Gokhshtein Media, being with different you know, people that are on different blockchains, doing different types of things in the space, I've learned a lot more over the year. So definitely collaborate and work with the people around you because you definitely benefit, you grow that way. So shout out to them. But let me get into this a little bit, guys. I'm going to share a couple of different screens so you can see kind of what I got going on here. So let me pull up the studio and get the screen share up here, back up. Like I said, let me show you the YouTube account first. This is where everything kind of started at. This is SMS. It used to just be I kept it as SMS because we talk about a lot of different things there. But I've been doing content for about 2.5, 3 years, covering all types of different stuff here. You can see everything if you want to check it out. It's SMS on YouTube. Feel free to check that out. I just wanted to show you real quick. But I was trying to figure out my place and what I want to do here. And the main thing that I figured out is building a community, building something, a foundation where it didn't matter the price action. People that you could kind of fall back on and, you know, they become your friends in this space. And it really builds a lot of character within the communities. And it gives your meme coins, it gives your NFTs, it gives everything something there. So I didn't want to, you know, do the whole thing of trying to have people buy in. I want to give something that you're all welcome. You bring your side, you bring your take, your perspective, because I think that all adds up in a community aspect. So what I decided to do was create the SMS Club. Let me switch this up so you can kind of see a little bit better here. And this should work. Perfect. And let me close these so you can stop seeing me and let's see we're getting into there. But the SMS Club, where is it at? Over here, different screen. And it's free to get in here. And the reason I got into this, guys, is because I didn't really like Discord. I didn't like running that. And it's an easier way to just give you kind of, special access. I put in all the stuff that I'm buying, stuff that I'm trading, news, updates, and all that kind of stuff, all the different communities and the networks that I work with. I put everything in here first. So the people that are, not subscribed, that are just checking it out, you can put your notification on to check that out. But let me do it, and we'll go into the rest of the show and what we're going to get into, because there's a lot of things going on in the market that I want to touch on. But so Solana made simple is a vibrant community of passionate investors, art collectors, builders, artists, media personalities, and more. My mission is to cultivate a supportive space in the midst of crypto's chaos and a world of manipulation. I strive to opportunities and guide you through the maze. Alone, we may be fast, together once. We're all we got. I'm really strong on that one. It doesn't really matter kind of like, what you have, as long as you got the people around you, you can take that a lot further. And I don't know, it's just a teamwork kind of atmosphere. But I can't thank you guys enough for the support, showing up and checking this stuff out. So if you're into this kind of thing, you like it, you want to share something, you're building something, you got something to bring to the table, this is an opportunity for you to jump in here. I'm also working on different platforms like the Arena, and there's the Discover as well, where it just makes airdrops more possible. So partner up with different meme coins and stuff like that. I'm eventually going to be setting that up where whoever signs up for that, you just get the airdrop, because we're able to make that kind of collaboration and stuff like that. So there are benefits to tuning in and supporting me. I try to give back as much as I can, and have a good time doing it. So it never gets stale, never gets old. But yeah, that's what SMS Club is. That's what I've been doing here. Content, spaces, streams, all that kind of good stuff. The market has been acting kind of crazy, and that's something we definitely want to touch into a little bit more. So let me switch up the screens here. Boop. That should disappear. Perfect. So, we all saw the markets kind of tank a little bit. A lot of people freaking out. Fortunately for me, I've been doing Web3, 24/7, and it was all I was doing for income. So that was just kind of paying my stuff, having more, money to spend. But it got to the point where it's like I had to sell more often than I typically would in a regular situation if I had more income coming in. So I wasn't stuck in a position of, having my bags down 50%, 60%, and all that kind of stuff. I've already kind of liquidated myself, and I've had cash on the side. So when everything went down, I was like, well, the stuff that I got sitting, that's a longer perspective. And that's kind of what I think people need to wake up to, is when you're in this moment, like, don't freak out. There's a lot of different things going on, and I kind of wrote something up that I want to read with you guys and kind of share, touching on what's actually going on, at least from my perspective, what I could find out. Everybody's going to have their opinion, and the thing is, you just need to kind of cross-reference different opinions, find out which makes the most sense to you. But there's a lot of different things going on that could affect this in the world. It's not just one thing or another, and a lot of people like to single it out. But if you do a collective effort, you pretty much can find it. So we'll get into that, and there's some other things kind of I want to talk about. But first things first, I want to talk about what's going on with the price action, especially with Solana, especially with the market. So Solana's price plunged to its lowest since February, reaching $110 before rebounding to below about 132. This decline was part of the broader crypto market downturn driven by U.S. recession fears and unwinding carry trades involving the Japanese yen. Over the past week, Bitcoin dropped 20%, while Solana fell a 30%. Dog with Hat, a popular meme coin on Solana network, dropped 43% the past week, down to $1.33. People are freaking the fuck out about that. But you have to understand that this shit happens in every single market, every single cycle. Every time there's a crash, flash crash, you're gonna have these same exact kind of conversations. So, get used to taking profit. Something that if you tune into my spaces, my streams, I'm always going to preach take profit. Some of the people I follow that I learned the most from, they are profit backsies, and they're like, fuck it, take profit. I see more people smiling when they take profit on days like this than the people that are like, damn, I got liquidated. Damn, I'm down, $500,000. Like, that's on you. They like to say, oh, you can't get to this point. It's a, user error. But like on the flip side, cash is king. And anyway, let's get back into it. So it turned down to $1.33 from an all-time high of $4.58. The coin's market value fell over $1 billion, now at $1.3 billion. On Monday, trading volume for Dog with Hat exceeded its market cap of $1.8 billion, with many swapping it for the stablecoin Tether USDT. So if you're into Solana, if you're looking for one of the best I'm not going to get charts on this one. If you guys tune in regularly, you'll see more chart action, price action. But there's this coin on Solana called JLP. I've been talking about this since mid-February, maybe sooner than that. But JLP is a coin that is for Jupiter. If you don't know what Jupiter is, it's a protocol on Solana where you're able to do trading, whatever. Look it up, do your own research, do all that. But JLP is a combination of Solana, Ethereum, BTC, USDT, and USDC. The percentages, you can figure that out by doing your own research again, because I'm not going to do all that. But this coin, it's the only coin that I've ever seen on Solana go from a bottom to top right. And it's because it got the stable coins in there. So if you were trying to secure your profits and continuously grow them throughout that, you have to think, this is also Jupiter's perpetual liquidity pool, so they're able to pay out people that are betting against and for the market. So that thing is constantly running from bottom left, top right. It's a safer bet when you're looking into coins to get into, because again, everything else is dropping like this. I've never seen it drop anything substantial and not instantly correct itself because of what's at play. And also, when people are betting against the market and they're wrong, where do you think the bread's going? It's going back into the bank. So it's one of the safe ones. It's called JLP. I highly recommend taking a look into that one. But anyway, looking into coins that you look like, your scale at this point should see, all right, if we've had a little bit of a crash right now, we should start looking at, all right, what's the next step? What should I be doing? If you don't have your positions already established from a few months ago, this gives you an opportunity to jump in. I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter what point you jump into the market if you play your cards right, if you understand how to buy in and you learn the right way. You're at a point now where you can take some of your bread, put it into the tools that are available, where you can dollar cost average yourself in and ride it out. I think that there's a longer roadway ahead of us. I think that a lot of the shit going on right now is honestly in a bigger scale. When you zoom out, we're going to look at some other things. And while I'm talking about the zoom out, it's going to show you that it's more or less just emotional trading, and that's the one thing you can kind of look at. It's people being shaken out because they're scared, that they're overinvested into plays. They need to take they don't want to see it go down anymore. They don't have any other money to buy into it. There's numerous different things, and not one thing is alike, not one thing's wrong, but there's a lot of different factors. You can't pinpoint one thing or another, but you got to do what's best for you. For me, it's always take profit, have some moon bags, have some stuff ride out where you can let that sit in jail. But anyway, let's see. So other Solana-based meme coins also experienced a significant loss, like we've seen. Bonk fell, which is one of the top dogs, OG dog coins on Solana, fell 33%. While cat themed tokens like Mew, Popcat dropped 27, 34%. So let me just stop right there. I want to say something about that. As we all know, the dog tokens are very, very prevalent, like the emus and everything on Ethereum, which is something I've learned from a couple different traders that I've respected in the game. Where kind of look at there's brands for each blockchain. So Solana has picked up, I think, the adoption of the cat with Jupiter, with Popcat, with Mew, and everything else. Mew is literally a cat and dog's world, so you got to think cat and dog's world about Solana. There's a thesis behind this, what I'm getting at. So if you're just randomly buying all these fucking tokens and trying to play the lottery, best of luck. You might hit it, honestly, you just might. It just fucked up. It really might happen like that. But in reality, you can kind of look at it like, all right, what brand do I want to go with? If you like Nike, go with Nike. Nike's a proven winner. It might not raise or run up much as On brand, that new shoe company. If you're playing stocks and running the options, you know what I'm talking about. But you have an opportunity to pick the brands and pick your favorite brands. You don't even have to fucking look at anything else anymore. You got to look at the ones, what's going to be the easiest access coins. You got stuff like Brett, easily swappable with Ethereum off of Coinbase. They market that. So that's going to be the brand for Brett, or for Base, is Brett. You got Pepe for Ethereum. So you got to look at, all right, now it breaks down even further. You got the cats and the dogs for each one. So this one even talks about it without actually saying it. And that's something that I tell people, bring some paper, bring some pens, take some notes down, because if you think about this, think about it, do some research later, look at the top 50 coins, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Solana, respectively, is picking up the cats, adopting them. That's what I think is going to be like their brand, their area there. That's why we have something. You do have Bonk. Bonk was before this whole push in this market. This was back during the bear market. Like, if you held on to your Bonk airdrop, you would have been a millionaire. But very few of us did that. That's just the way it goes. Maybe you got a secret wallet you forgot about. Whatever. Anyway, So you got to think about it. The dog's on Ethereum. You got base with the breadth, the Pepe verse, and stuff like that. It just breaks down a little bit, so it's easier to start picking them. You can still play the game with Bull X, where you trade on all different pump fun visions, moonshots, and all that kind of stuff. I like gambling too. I play the game, but those are not what you should be really betting on, because all of them things are down big, and you're going to be hurting a lot more if you're putting your bread on there. Again, it's not going to have the same rate of return as in buying into a bonk. You're not going to get the same bread as if you're buying into, one of these brand new ones, just early entry, whatever the case is. But there is so much more room to run that I don't think that buying in now as your entry position and making just strike prices through is a bad idea. Just because I think that you're going to see higher market caps than you ever thought possible, just with the increase. You don't even have to say adoption. Just the increased dialogue of crypto in the political world and just in general. My mom picks me up and we talk about shit, and she's asking me about Bitcoin. She's asking me about investing. When I was down in Nashville for the Karate Combat, if you guys don't know, I was supposed to fight there. Some guy couldn't make it, but we're going to do what we can to get me back out there. Shout out to Gokhshtein Media. They are one of the sponsors, making sure that I got everything I need. Nothing but love for them. But I was down there sitting by the pool, relaxing, and got to talk to some of the ladies there, and they were asking what we're doing. I told them I'm an influencer. They said, what kind of influencer? You don't look like a typical influencer. I was like, well, I'm technically, I don't know, I'm just a fucking investor guy, but you turn into an influencer when you use X. And they started laughing. So it is what it is. So that's where she made the gap from the influencer fight club crypto. So then they started asking about that. I'll just break it down to a simple point of, if you can get somebody to understand that a digital money, digital gold, it's an investment with a cap where the supply is capped. It does not go up. It can divide, whatever the case is. Don't get that far. You're going to lose them. But just tell them that it's a store of value. It's like putting your money away into your 401k for your retirement. You don't touch it. You add to it. You let the market, and you continuously average into it. You hold on to it for a long time. Then you retire. The only thing difference about this is if you put your entire 401k and just let it run to right now versus putting your 401k into Bitcoin a year and a half ago, you'd be like 3 times up, except for today. This was like 2 weeks ago. We were close to 70K, but she got the point. She understood what I was saying. If you had 20, 30K just sitting there, put that into Bitcoin, do nothing else, and you're going to get that rate of return. And I broke down what happens in 401k. People aren't taught that. I wasn't taught that. I'm a construction worker by nature, and I turned into this investor guy because I was sitting knee deep in snow, and I was like, there's no fucking way I'm doing this for the rest of my life. There's no way with what I started to learn. So with that being said, guys, let's just finish this up. I know I'm going deep in there, but Ethereum also saw a sharp decline, falling 22% from nearly $3,000 to $22,080. I think it was, $2,280. I think it was, $2,200, even lower than that. I don't know. The crypto market was fucked. Affected by fear of global recession and concerns over the Federal Reserve interest rate decisions, which we found out that all was going to go break down anyway. I don't think we're out of the woods with it. I do think that we're going to have a little bit of craziness going on, but it always does typically, work itself out. I mean, well, now most people are trying to figure out what should you do, where should you go into your place and stuff like that. For me, you got to think about what people are going to use in the market. What are they going to need to do? They're going to need to swap coins. They're going to need to buy stuff. So you got to think about stuff like Jupiter, Radium, stuff like that. The utility tokens, the things that actually have use cases and stuff like that. The stuff that's going to be used, like those are going to be definitely making a bounce, a recovery because of the fees that come in with using them. So that's one. The JLP, like I said, again, that's going to be one where people are going to be betting the market all the way through the ups and the downs, because that's the way you can make money up and down on the market. So you got to think longer term. You got to think about the other plays. For me personally, I got to think what's going to be the easiest for people. What are they remembering? It's Dogecoin, it's Bitcoin. Those are going to be obvious, safer plays, I guess you could call them. But you also got to think about AVAX. Me getting involved with this arena thing, seeing the hype and the inclusion with it. There's other ones too, but basically just you got the big boys, and then you got to look at that next step, and we're going to look at that now. We're going to take a look at the coin market cap top 50, whatever I don't know how many is on the screen, to be honest with you, but we're going to take a look at that and go from there. Let me switch this up real quick. If you guys got any questions or whatever, feel free to put them in the chat. I don't know if you're watching this on G Media's account or if you're watching this one here, but either way, feel free. And you guys are welcome to come up and join the conversation. I can add you to this too. Just make sure you stay on topic. Don't shill anything. We're not doing that here. Not today. But let's share this tab. Let's bring this up. Boom, bap. And then There we go. Let me swap that. Still terrible. All right. All right, so we see Bitcoin's back up to $55,966, which is great. I mean, this was at like 20, 30,000 a year ago. I mean, you can't be mad at that. You got your balance. You're going to see this with pretty much everything. This raises all tides. We know how that works out, but you just kind of look through this again, guys. Like, these are going to be your safer bets. Everybody knows about these. These are going to be the top ones on every single exchange that people are going to be looking at. So, like, obviously, you're going to see it jump up. 9 cents on Dogecoin. For some reason, I feel like 50 cents to 75 cents. That's realistic. I mean, the amount of people that are going to be pouring into it. Ton is one that I don't own any. Really would like to get more invested into that. The biggest reason is there's friction for the U.S. people using that coin. I think not everybody knows how or wants to go through it. It's a Telegram, John. Take a look into that one. Don't fade it. Cardano, just because mine's are using, I'm going to even say the name. Typically, I'd be like, this is retarded, but there's just too many people I know that are bullish on too much shit going on. It's not my favorite coin. I like AVAX over that at this point just because, and it is higher, but the point is what they're doing. I think Cardano has a possibility to do some cool shit. I just don't know what they're doing. Shiba, again, people just know the coin. Yo, when I was looking at these, like everything was 30 to 40%. So you can't be too mad. And if you weren't taking profits, start like again, if you're fucking investing, you should know entry and exit. It shouldn't be, I don't know how much, I'm just gonna let it run. If you're doing that, then don't be upset when it goes to zero. But if you are doing this the right way, when I get into things, I'm like, all right, I'm putting 500 on here. I want this to be, $2,000 at minimum. So I'm willing to hold throughout whatever, and I might even add into it a little bit just so I can get it up there. I can average myself down. I can have a little bit more, buying opportunity. So, I mean, it's basic shit, but it needs to be said because you just see the timeline of just the craziness. So either way, I mean, kind of go further down here. You're going to get higher rate of return with stuff like this. By nature, it just has a smaller market cap than the guys up here. If we expect these to grow, you got to expect these to grow. You got to expect the cycling of these from major coins and the smaller ones and the meme coins. However, we got to take a bigger look at the meme coins because meme coins are like a cultural thing now. It's like cool to get into meme coins. I think that's going to be like where it turns into, I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of where we're headed. It's like that's the cool thing to do now is get into meme coins because more and more people and their late teens, 20s, 30s are getting into them, and even people in the older years. I mean, they're starting to figure this shit out too. And once people start catching on, that's when it takes off. It doesn't matter where the price of anything is, what's going on in the world. When people figure out how to get involved on an easier way by tuning into stuff like this and figuring out they can just do it with their phone the same way that they do their banking, man, that's where it happens. But let's take a look at the meme coins. And some of these names we've already said by just nature. Mog, I mean, that's one coin I've just respected. I haven't bought any of it. I haven't really cared because I've been in everything else but that, it seems. But I love the movement with that one. That one's really fucking cool. But anyway, again, Dogecoin got the biggest market cap up there. I could see this getting flipped by something. I really, really could see something moving up on here. I don't know, man. I got a feeling. Anyway, Shiba, they're battling. You got Pepe, dog with hat. Again, that thing came down to $1.33, came back up a little bit. Expect a recovery with these guys. But look, these are the smaller ones. Look at the 30s and 40s again. These are likely going to recover. Damn, this thing took off still. I mean, that's tight. I think we were talking about that. Faded that one. That's cool. But anyway, that's the only green that you're going to see here. But the rest of these guys, 20, 30%. So this should tell you, look, if you buy a pair of shoes for $100 today, and then tomorrow it's 20, 30, 40% off, you're going to buy the fucking shoe again. Nothing changed with the shoe. The price changed because somebody sold the value. Like there's a discount. That's all that happens. So take a look into your coins, man. Like all of these are telling the story. People are freaking out. You're going to see higher highs. You're going to see shit taking off. Brett didn't even go down that much. I'm kind of surprised by that. Kind of not surprised at the same time. I'm a big fan of base, guys. I don't think people understand that correlation as much or pay attention to it as much, but that base, Coinbase, I feel like that's the move. It's easy to get into. It's easy to swap in and out of. So it's good to see that. But anyway, You can take a look at your coins like that. The Solana ecosystem in general, take a look and see what they got. Voila. I'm really not hyped on it. Right now, it's basically, you can kind of just throw a dart at anything and you're going to get some kind of return on that, in my opinion. But again, just think longer. Think longer with your plays. Go find the communities like Brett Gold's a great example of a community that's around, and these guys always show up. They got space every day. Find those communities and get into them if you like them. I mean, if you don't vibe with the people, you don't vibe with the people. That's cool too. But hey, I don't get it. If I don't like the people, I might put my money in there and just never ever check it again because I think they're going to do some cool shit. But with that being said, guys, we all know how to trade. Just kind of want to review a couple things. There's some obvious things in my opinion, but I think it's all right to just kind of touch back on. You never know who's paying attention or who's not paying attention. So bringing it back up and making it abundantly apparent that's that. So a couple other things that I do on my streams, guys. I share quote of the days. I share some stuff that I got going on in my personal life and my own background. I'm an artist also, so I've been working on the Keep Going t-shirts, and I partnered up with this guy randomly. He was like, "Yo, I like what you're doing there. I can help you out." So me and him working together. We got this store running. We got this up. You guys, I'm gonna show it to you real quick. Figure out where the fuck is that. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, there's that. Let me swap these over real quick. I really don't like that, so I'm just gonna give it this right here. That one's all right? So here's the shirt. We got the guy version, and we got the ladies version. The point is you keep going, whether it's investing, whether it's sports, whether it's regular everyday life, whether you are an addict and you're recovering for over some shit, or you're going through a hard time. Like the point is, it's a message. It's really that simple. You wearing this shirt, other people see it and they're like, "Fuck yeah, keep going." Like that's literally all it is. And though I don't know, it's something I've realized what I get on here for, the kind of stuff that I do, the mindless, mindful, whatever you want to call it. But bottom line, it was like, what am I coming into social media for, and how can I give back to it? And this is the best way that I could do it. It's what I like to do. It puts a little bit of my art in there. We get started here. I'm keeping it simple, you guys. If you don't know, you're going to figure it out. Simple is my motto. Keep it simple always. I mean, you'll see me, tweet that first thing in the morning. Keep it simple. It just, everything's like that. Like, if you want to do something, show up, put the time in, work hard, keep going. That simple. But I don't know. I like it. I've been doing graffiti for like 25 years. If you guys are just finding out, I've been doing a lot of cool shit. I'm working on a mural. Looking forward to one day painting that Art Basel. That would be amazing. But let's get this. Share this every single morning. I have an Instagram account set up for this as well. I'm also going to be, sending these out to a couple different people. We have Lisa. She fought at the IFC. I'm going to be sending one to Bella. She's the girl that she hurt me against the Sweeney chick. And who else? There's somebody else I'm sending one. Phil, he's getting a shirt. Grace, she's another friend. She's a big supporter of all the stuff I do. She's always showing up the timeline. But the main thing is I'm sending these shirts out to people that they got a story, they got something that they're overcoming, they got something they want to share with you to give back. And I'm sending these out to guys, sending me a couple samples, and I was like, here, let me give these out to people. Like, I don't want to keep my mates, got the boys. I was like, here, rock these shirts, like whatever. So I'm gonna get these out, and people are gonna make content, just kind of sharing their story, whether it's investing, whether it's just sharing whatever you're doing. I don't know. Just the whole message to keep going is kind of where I'm at with that. But let's go back to this real quick. And the other thing is quote of the day. I always share these with people. I know it's silly to some people, but it matters and it helps out a lot. So everything's destiny is to change, to be transformed, to perish. So that new things can be born. That's by Marcus Aurelius. And again, it doesn't have to be for you. You might hear it. You might think it's whatever. The point is, it's to kind of just get in your head and get you started, get you grounded. The people that show up, or the people that don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it. You can think whatever you want about it. But I like doing this shit because it really, really narrows down your people and it gets that message across. Sooner or later, people usually turn around, because I always tell people this shit, man. You hold enough doors, somebody eventually is going to turn around and hold the door for you. And that's just how the world works. And it gets better that way. It works that way in so many different aspects. Like, the more you give, the more you get back. And that's just the message with this whole thing. It started from showing up every single day, and it's like, hey, how can I make this a better place? How can I leave this space, cultivate a better community for the people that show up to me and give back? And I wanted to give back with graffiti, with art, with my message, with my inspiration of doing stuff, and just don't be shy to try shit, guys. Like, I wouldn't be wearing this shirt. I wouldn't have been having my name called if I wasn't putting myself out there. I mean, they had an entire list of people that they could have went through, and they chose me. That's not luck. It's just being available. And it's 7-day notice. Still didn't get the flight days. I had ready on way. It is what it is, guys. But there'll be more opportunities. It comes from showing up and just kind of putting yourself out there and showing them what you got, man. So things happen, and I don't know if you're religious or not, but for me, it kind of is a sign and like a signal of, hey, there's more to come. Maybe you're being protected for something else, but just keep going in that faith. You gotta trust it. Sometimes if you don't believe in, I don't know, anything, you gotta find something. If it's a coin, whether it's a fucking tree, I don't care. Believe in something, and just, I don't know, see where that takes you, guys. But hey, again, look, this is about it. If you like it, fuck with it. If not, that's that. But again, when it comes to Islam, it's some of those different things I wanted to share. So let me close this out. And I got a couple other screens. This one, we knocked that out of the park. Cool. So there's a couple other things I like about Solana, and it's the nerdy aspect of me. It's where I get into it. Another thing, guys, when I was going to school, or when I was doing construction, I ended up creating a couple jobs that summer. I ended up quitting my job at the same time, offered unemployment, and I went back to school. On my IT degree, I'm like 80% done. The only reason I didn't finish it this year is because the market heated up in January. I was like, there's no way I'm taking fucking classes when the market's going on. I'm never going to pay attention to schoolwork. It's too hard to do this as it is. So I was 24/7, 365, fully in Web3, doing spaces and streams every single day, making content, burning myself out because that shit's real. You can keep up with it. There's nothing wrong with that, but I was definitely burning myself out. I knew that the school was more important. I wanted to either program, network security, whatever it is. I got 4.0 president's list. It's easy as shit to me. I like it. I'm not passionate about it right now, and I knew I wasn't, so I just put that shit in the back burner. It's just there. I don't know what I want for it yet or want to do with it. Maybe it's just to have the degree. I don't know. I don't think that you have to go through all of this to make it. I think that you can learn a lot on the go, kind of like how we are right here. Nobody, walked up to me and said, here, tune in for this. This is Blockchain 101. It was just me showing the fuck up, read some shit, making some mistakes, and being willing to try again. Like, keep going. See what I'm saying? All right, enough with that. Let me close this out so these screens load up a little bit more. And I promise you, I used to be a lot smoother with this. But here. All right, perfect. Do this step. All right, so here's the nerdy stuff. Solana is a scalable network. Solana is very cheap. The thing about being cheap before falling apart, for lack of better words, for crashing. And we've had some points where that's happened. I can't deny that. But it's been better than it's ever been as time goes on. And we have Pirate Answer Validator that's coming out. I've talked about this. I've made some videos about it. We're not going to talk about that right now, but we'll screw the network further. That's the hopes. Likelihood is probably they're working on it, diligently. They don't even post. They work. Anyway, the thing about this is there's a lot of things that I believe are going to make blockchain technology, cryptocurrency more available to the masses, where it's just a little bit easier for people to take part in. It's embedded links. It's the blockchain links and action links bringing Solana to the whole internet. The idea is if you could think of Instagram, where you're scrolling through, you see a shirt you like, you click on it, you buy it, you get that that point of point of sale right there. Being able to do this blockchain technology is essentially allowing the API from the website, whatever the server, like X, where they allow a company like Dialect to create different links. You can do it all in a lot of different ways. Anyway, you host a link that has an actionable button where you basically are pressing to sign a signature or do something in your wallet. This is available just tweeting it out now. You can click that, opens your wallet, you do the transaction, boom, done. It has to be hosted on like an exchange or something that has that actionable link where you can click that. Typically, you go to a Magic Eden or wherever the fuck you go to buy your shit, and click on that button. But there's more and more people using different ways to incorporate the blockchain technology, like tickets. people that want to get into raffles, people that want to get into auctions. There's a lot more ways to use this. Typically, you'd have to go into the web page. You'd have to go into here. People like to click into all that. So if they can use that on a browser, if we get these integrated with stuff like TikTok, you can get it integrated with Instagram. That's when you're going to start seeing people talking about crypto using this in the same thing. So if you wanted to buy an NFT, let's say you're on my page, you wanted to pick up a dog, one of my NFTs, I had a actionable link there, a link, a Solana. You see what I'm saying? Putting that together. So wherever you're able to stuff, you have a Web2, market or what's it called, company where you make your own stuff on like Etsy, and you want to use that. Like it's starting to figure out a way to bring the masses to make this a universal kind of thing where you can use it on any playground. This is only a few weeks old. I'm going to max this screen out just so you guys can see it a little bit more. I've talked about this in detail. I'm just kind of giving you a brief overview of what the hell it is. But if you're a nerd like me and you like the crypto stuff, definitely take a look into this stuff because it's really, really making things a little bit easier. So I'm going to go through a couple of these things. I think these are some of the most important ones for the last month or two. This one's something I think people should pay attention to. Where's my little... Boop. This one right here. The PYUSD on Solana. This is the PayPal. This is important. I really, really think people should pay attention to that. Just because so many people know what PayPal is, if they make it embedded where they don't even know that they're using crypto, it just helps to run crypto. And you got to think, if this is all run on Solana, this is going to help pump up the price of Solana even further. I know that it's down right now. Never mind that. Close your wallets, close the fucking charts. We're not talking about that shit right now. We're talking about what is going on. It doesn't matter the price. If this stuff is working, it will eventually go up. You cannot do this thing on other blockchains. However, it probably is moving in that direction. There are things in that area or on those blockchains from Ethereum that is competing. If you are like your sole thing is scalability and speed, there is going to be a point where somebody is as scalable and as fast. So the next thing is how much better, how much more efficient can you be with doing that? So we're not there yet. Solana's still going to take that one. People still like it for the reasons being. However, keep that in mind. You should start to see something that's competing and on the same scale and the same speed. That's where you're going to be like, fuck. Got to cut my prices here, put them into this John over here. Anyway, let's just start right here. No, let's not start right here. That's too much. Too long, didn't read. I'm going back into this one because I don't care. All right, Solana blinks turn any action into a shareable link, allowing the website that can display a URL to be the start of the Solana transaction. I'm going to find one on X over here so you guys can check that out and see what I'm talking about. As a result, blinks transform websites or social media platforms, Instagram, into a surface for on-chain transactions. So like I said, if you were to post your NFT or post your clothing, your company, or karate combat tickets, you just boop, 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 click on the link, whatever you're on, Facebook, Instagram, like whatever fucking platform you're on. Solana is making that possible. So if you're a maxi on one or the other, who gives a shit? This is going to make it better for everybody. And eventually, everybody's going to have some wormhole to click wormhole and scoop, doop, whatever the hell you got to do. You know how the shit's going. You know everybody's looking in that direction. We don't need to look at it that way. If you want my honest opinion, you're not getting it right now. I'm not talking about that. But Solana transaction blinks, social media, making decentralized applications more accessible and user-friendly. So DApps, decentralized applications, the things that don't really work that well on iPhones yet because of all of the restrictions that they have. Thing in Android is better. Hopefully, things start to move along, and this becomes a more broadly used tool, I guess you can call it, or I don't know, coolest thing that Solana does, like lack of better words. Yeah, let me go. I'm trying to pull up a link so I can show you exactly how this stuff works. Access to blockchain protocols has long been isolated to DApps and other wallet-aware tools. Now, action and blinks on Solana allow any website application on the internet to be a distribution point for online interactions. Further, mainstream adoption. So you see what I'm saying? I kind of broke this down. You can read through this, but I highly, highly suggest you guys check it out. It's Solana.com. You really can't mess that up. I don't need to share it. It's Solana.com. Yeah. Anyway, next one is the real world assets on Solana. And as that loads up, I'm going to find us some links. Pull this up real quick. All right. So hopefully I'm not going to pull up anything wild. You know what? I'm just going to be a little bit careful about this. 3LAN. Is 3LAN going to come up for me? Bang. All right. So 3LAN is where I went and signed up my shit for because they have Blinks set up. Homegirl on there does some cool stuff, but you can do your own research when it comes to that. However, I want to try to find one. Not this fucking shit. Title of it. Blink here. All right, so this is what a blink looks like right here. And this is the better option than what the fuck you just saw, because this is realistic. This is good shit. All right, so creators can claim send from the send coin, blink to claim for 24 hours. So if a coin wants to distribute, you can click on that here. Blink, Solana talent, claim, send tokens. Yada, yada, yada. Basically, you put your link as a tweet, and then you click claim. This one's over with. However, you get the idea. Your wallet would pop up. You would be able to get that rocking. I'm going to see if I can find something else down here that isn't done. This one? No. Well, you see how it pops up. It's just a transactional link right here, tweet. And you can imagine where this goes. And again, this is only a few months old or a few months out there. But that's what blinks are. I had a space with a couple guys from Magic Eden Dialect actually talking about that specifically because it was kind of tight. They saw that. I saw the value in that and different things that you might be able to do with that going forward. Because imagine if you were able to just, I know this is going to sound crazy, but we get to the point where crypto is a widely universally used. It's not going to take over the dollar, whatever. What I'm saying is if it's used as simple as you get online, you see something, you click the link, you can order it, buy it right through your crypto wallet without having to do unnecessary stuff. Technically, it's the same thing as using a debit card, credit card, whatever. That's going to be the argument until you have more problems with the dollar and things go over to a crypto world. It's just kind of seems like inevitable. Not everybody's going to want to use it. Not everybody has to use it either. But it needs to be something that you're aware of. Again, this isn't something for everybody, but I talk about it because it's stuff that I like. It's stuff that I think is important. I think that if you have not heard about it, it's where you start to open up your mind a little bit and be like, hey, maybe on my blockchain, this might work a little bit. But again, take a look through this stuff. You can see what I'm talking about. You can see the different stuff that's put out here. People just stay on the timeline and they wait for somebody like me to share this information. I don't share everything because you don't look at it all, and it's just not worth it. Like when Token 2022 standard came out in January, I was balls deep in that thing, figuring it out. And people were like, wait, what is this? Well, it's basically making NFTs have liquidity back behind them. That's as simple as that. NFTs, like people thought just the picture was the NFT. I'm like, no, well, that's just a picture tied to the token. It's still a token. It's just a non-fungible token. People didn't realize that until they lost all their money on these pictures and their links weren't working anymore, so on and so forth. We're figuring that out now. We're seeing what's going on. So when we have liquidity behind the token, it works for some people. They have swaps. They have mechanisms to burn the token that makes the value go up. However, for the most part, they aren't doing well either. To be honest with you, anything NFT related is not doing well. We might get a bump towards the end of the market, but I fear that when we see the bump in NFTs, it's going to be like towards the end. So if you want to stock up, I can't even say get a specific NFT because, I mean, DeGods was thought to be a good NFT to own. I think it's still culturally relevant or community, whatever, just like the rest of them. But it's like, I'm shocked to see how low it went. I thought that was going to be neck and neck with Mad Lads. Mad Lads to come down as far as they did. Crazy. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I sold mine at Pico Top because that was my plan from the very beginning. I was open to working with them, working for them, but I'm an investor day one, and I'm an investor day 2, 3, all the way the fuck out. I'm a collector if I have the means to, if I want to, but for the most part, man, it's an investing game. I never came into crypto to hold things and kumbaya with people. You can do that without any money. That's why typically poor broke hippies do that shit, because they don't got money. You can do that either way. Like, I don't know. You don't need a PFP. You don't need a certain group. You can just vibe with people and get down. So I urge you guys, and that's what I'm kind of leading to now. If you have not been to these events. If you've not been to an NFT, crypto, whatever, it doesn't even matter if you like the fucking blockchain. I swear to God, you're gonna meet cool people no matter what. These people are the same like-minded individuals that saw that cryptocurrency was something that was dope and they want to get into. So we got Breakpoint coming up. This is in, I believe it's in Singapore. I think that G Media may be there with Karate Combat. There's a chance I might be fighting in the pit. I don't know. I haven't heard word. I hope they don't give me, a last minute opportunity again, but we will be ready and do our thing. However, I'm looking forward to getting to as many events as I've gone to, because some of the people that I met, man, it was like, you can kind of tell you're going to be acquainted with these people the rest of your life, as long as you are, doing the same thing you're doing right now and growing in this atmosphere. Or this ecosystem rather. There's some people with the ISC that never fought before. Meeting them, seeing their journey is inspirational to me. But they're balls deep in blockchain technology, where I'm picking up a lot of things that I might not have known before. So there's that cross-pollination when you join these communities, when you go to these events, you see people of all different walks of life, and it's dope because people are there to vibe. I didn't see much beef. I didn't see people talking like, oh, this one sucks, that one sucks. Everybody was there to vibe. People were there getting fucked up, having a good time too. So that's what it's all about, having a good time. And that's like, those are the things I try to remind people. I'm like, this is your journey right now. This is the point of like, remember these moments, the people around you. This is what it's all worth it. Once you get to that point of like getting your hand raised, or hitting that port in your portfolio that you wanted to hit, like that only lasts for so long. But that journey, the people, the events, I urge you guys. I've only been to one, and like you'd think I've been to all of these, but I will be to every single thing I can get my hands on, as long as I'm going to be involved in this space. I look forward to meeting a lot of you guys and shaking hands, giving you hugs, cheers and drinking, whatever, doing the good things, and talking about crypto. Because I mean, there was people that I went to this one diner in Nashville on my own, completely solo. Just woke up. I knew where I was going because the breakfast was slamming, dog. It was the Sun Diner. It was so fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. But I walked there myself. Not gonna lie. I got my scooter. I was like cruising on down there. But I sat next to this one fella. He was older guy, but he's a financial advisor. I was like, it's so funny talking to you. I was like, you here for the Bitcoin conference? He says, yeah. I was like, dope. I was like, I'm one of the degenerate guys, and I'm also one of the guys fighting. And he was like, get the fuck out of here. So I gave him tickets. I got him and his homies involved in there. But I was like, it's hilarious because we're here. We always say not financial advice, and like we're saying not for you. I said, so let me get some financial advice. He started bagging the fuck up. He was like, I can't give you financial advice. That's not how this shit works either. So we're not wrong, guys. We can't give it out. They can't just solicit it freely unless they want to. They have to say it's not financial advice because they are obligated at that point, which is hilarious. I'm sitting there trying to break them down, but I don't know, man. It was all a great fucking time, and I don't know. Just be ready when your name's called. That's all I can say. Regardless of what you get into, keep going as far as you can go, and look around, man. The people that want to be there are going to help you win, going to help you succeed in every walk of fucking life. Whether it's giving you the heads up on the CA on the next ticker to get into, or they're telling you, yo, look, check this out. There's an extra drop. Like there's dope people here. You're gonna have shitty people, but if you block that out, you don't focus on that, it's highly unlikely that that's what's you're gonna attract. So that being said, guys, I think I covered everything that I had planned. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. I am that kind of guy that likes to organize this whole thing. So Monday, August 5th, 2024, powered by G Media. Everything's good. Yeah, we covered everything, guys. That's everything. That's the show. Right about, holy shit, it's on an hour. I like it. Typically, when I get on here, guys, I go into meme coins, I go into the price action, but we all know what happened. Everything's fucking down. You can kind of throw a dart right now, and whatever you're hitting is probably going to go up. Might not be as much as another one. You got to do your own research to really get those early entries. I'm not even going to share any insight or any thoughts or any beliefs in that. We talked about it. Ethereum, Base, Solana. Get in their meme coins, get in there early, look for the brands, look for the winners, look for the guys that are easy to get to, and find the ones that are hard to get into. Find your people in those communities that are like, yo, these are dope, what else are we looking at? Show up the spaces, support the people around you, support the small guys. Those ones are really, really grinding. The other guys, they got it made, they're kind of coasting along, but there are some guys that are building up there. I'll give a shout out to the Bodogos Entertainment and that whole group over there. I've been following them since day one, and honestly, meeting Easy was pretty dope. He was the first dude that I got to interview on my podcast when I was doing that shit, and I got to meet him in the pit. He's supposed to be cornering me when we get in there, so we're bringing the dogs all together in the pack. But it's nothing but love from that community. And if you're looking for a community, man, hey, pick up what I'm laying down, guys. Success leaves clues. Follow the people that are on top, especially when they want to see you win too. Those are the best people in the entire world because they've been in your shoes and they want to help you succeed. I'm a 9-to-5 guy when it comes down to it. I'm trying to figure out a way to live a 6-figure lifestyle. I've been doing pretty damn good. We're doing better every single day, and I mean, as long as you think that's where it's gonna go. But we'll catch up another time. I think Wednesday 10:10 we'll run it back. See if we get a guest or two. I think I actually do got a guest. His name's Adam Christ. He's an announcer for all the promotions on the tri-state area for Muay Thai, MMA, kickboxing, boxing, all the promotions that we run out of our gym, all the New York promotions that are in that circuit, or what is it, CMA, that one, Freedom Fights. Shit, there's a ton of them. But he'll be on here Wednesday. I guess I'll try to put something together for you guys. But yeah, I think I'm going to be bringing a lot more fight shit into the game, as long as it's crypto related, and figuring out ways for us to start getting into these other promotions. Because seeing what Karate Combat's able to do with H-Bar, I don't understand why Solana's not getting in there. Solana Summer Jam or Summer Slam. I mean, come on. There's a ton of opportunity out here. I know that my promotion, if I could just get the plug, we can get that thing going. So we'll see what happens. I think there's a lot of opportunity out there. I think what they're doing is great, and they're paving the way. But I think there's a lot of opportunity, again, for everybody out there. You see what the UFC is doing. You see what these other promotions and stuff like that's doing. So think outside the box. Think about how you can, you don't have to be first. You just got to be better. It's good to be first, though. That's why Delaware. Well away, baby. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to wrap this thing up. We covered everything. Now I'm just bullshitting with you guys, having a good time. I appreciate all the support. We'll bring it back Wednesday, 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll see what the weekends are looking like. Probably be night stuff. Every now and then I'll pop in and do some of the meme coins. But shout out to Gokhshtein Media. That's where legends talk and generations listen. Looking forward to going to a lot more of these events. If you have not been checking them out, guys, they're definitely on top of the game. Whether it's blockchain lifestyle or just regular everyday news, they are on the ball all the way through. We've got gaming covered. We've got fashion covered. We got everything covered. I'm looking forward to bringing as much as I can to the team as well. So thank you for the opportunity to share it out there. We'll get this thing going and flowing, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Be safe and take care.